right, good morning, everyone. Thank you for waiting. Let's try it one more time. Good morning.
Good morning.
There we go. That's what's great about working with the Veterans Organization. We really appreciate all of you from the press being here today. We appreciate everybody being here today for what is really a historic event. Behind us are 1,892 flags. We'll be planting these flags throughout the day to represent each of the folks we've lost to suicide in the last year. 1,892 in just the last year. Our country loses roughly 22 veterans a day to suicide, and we're here to say that that's not right. We've got to stand up as Americans and take this issue head on. That's why veterans have come from all across America to stand together today to send a message to Washington that we've got to combat suicide. These folks are a part of our annual Storm the Hill trip. They've come from all over America. They've left their jobs, their families, their schools behind to walk the halls of Capitol Hill all week long. They've had over 100 meetings. They were at the White House yesterday. They've been at the Department of Defense. They'll be at the VA. And the message is clear, that we're here to tell veterans that we've got their back. It's a personal issue for all of us. A few years ago, one of our Storm the Hill leaders was a young Marine named Clay Hunt. He served in Afghanistan and was wounded. He was a sniper, and just a little while after storming the hill himself, we lost Clay to suicide. The flags we're planting today are in memory of Clay Hunt and so many others. We know that Clay's with us here. I spoke to his mother last night, and she's behind us, and so many other families are behind us. And we've made really, really tremendous progress in a town where progress has been tough. Senator Walsh is here today, and I'm going to introduce him in a second. He is a historic leader. He is the first Iraq veteran Iraq veteran sent to the United States Senate. He is the first Iraq veteran in the Senate. That's historic. One of only 2 combat veterans serving in the Senate. He's new to the Senate, but just like a good infantryman, he's getting to work fast. And today we're proud to announce that he's going to drop the SAVE Suicide Prevention Act, which will transform the landscape of suicide. But most importantly, it's going to provide the urgent care that these folks have been fighting for, and that the folks represented by the flags behind us could not get. We're also going to be joined by Kim Ruaco from TAPS, a Tragedy Assistance Program for Survivors, a tremendous partner for us, doing incredible work. Folks are following all across the country online at stormthehill.org, and there's our hashtag. We're a new veterans organization, so we like the internet. Ask you to continue to please spread the word, and understand that this is not just about today. This is going to be a year-long fight. We've presented a plan, a 3-part plan that calls on the American people to help us connect 1 million veterans with suicide prevention resources. We've called on the president to issue an executive order to take on suicide. We met with the White House yesterday. We hope the president will issue an executive order before Memorial Day. And we called on Congress to introduce comprehensive suicide prevention legislation. And thanks to the leadership of Senator Walsh from Montana, we've now got a bill. This is the first step. We call on all members of the Senate to sign this bill. This is not about Republican and Democrat. This is about uniting together, just like the veterans behind us have, to get something done for the American people and for the future of our country. So I'm proud at this time to introduce our friend, our fellow veteran, a combat infantryman, Senator John Walsh. Sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks for being here. I want to thank Paul. I want to thank Tom. I want to thank all of the IAVA members for their support and for stepping forward to combat this difficult issue. You know, this is a personal issue to me. I commanded an infantry battalion in Iraq in 2004 and 2005, where I took what I like to say over 700 of Montana's finest young men and women into combat in Iraq for over a year. When we returned home, one of my young sergeants died by suicide. So this is very personal to me. And then when I was appointed as the Adjutant General for the state of Montana, I served in that capacity for over 4 years. Several other members of my organization attempted or died by suicide. So we've waited too long to take on this action. We need to work together, come together to solve this problem. I think we've heard the numbers that we're having approximately 22 of our fellow veterans are dying by suicide each and every day here in the United States. That's an epidemic that we cannot allow to continue. But we cannot do it alone. It's going to take work from every one of us, all Americans, to solve this problem. I think that if you were to, I think we all know a friend, a family member, a neighbor, a colleague that has been affected by this terrible tragedy. So we need to work together as a country. This isn't a Republican problem or a Democratic problem. This is a nonpartisan issue that we have to work together to solve this problem. So I will be calling on my colleagues to make sure that we pass this act very quickly, because we cannot wait another day, another week, or another month to solve this problem. So again, I want to thank all of the members of the IAVA for their leadership. It's their leadership who brought this bill to my attention, or this issue to my attention, to initiate this bill. And so I want to thank all of you behind me. I want to thank you for being here. I want to thank those in the audience today for showing up, because we know what we can do together, and it's going to take a total team effort. So please stand with us and let's get this done. Thank you.